Welcome back. Next discussion is one I'm sure would interest you. Nigeria is one of the leading business locations in Africa. While that sounds promising, there are significant challenges to doing business in Nigeria. Inadequate facility for power supply, telecommunication, access to good road network, and water supply constitute the major constraints to facing business survival in Nigeria. Added to this recently is the Naira scarcity arising from the CBN cashless policy. And let us discuss more. We have in the studio the Chief Executive Officer of AAA Investments, Ali Ahmed Arzwani. He is also the CEO of the popular Alibaba restaurant. It's safe for me to call him a white Nigerian. Good morning, everyone.
You know, I can't take the name of given to my friend. But you can say they call me Farim Bahaushi.
Interesting.
Which is easier.
Which is a variation of Farim Bahaushi. Interesting.
You know, white Nigerians is a friend of mine, it's a relative. But they call me Farim Bahaushi.
Interesting. I was just, we were discussing behind the scene. I'm not sure I can give you all of that details. You have to pay me to know more. You are a small business operator. Well, and that's a very big name. Small business in parentheses. Practically a Nigerian born in this country. You have paid your due, whether in Kaduna where you were born or in Abuja where you operate. And you have seen some of the challenges that business operators endure.
Of course.
You know, recently exacerbated by these cash constraints, because you run the kind of business where people come in, buy whatever they want from you, and just dip their hands in their pockets and pay.
That's true.
We know that there have been efforts to go cashless in some cases where people can also play with PTM. But how much has this distortion, you know, impacted your business in the last couple of weeks or months?
Coming to talk about cash, for now we can't go cashless. All my life I used to say, okay, will that day come that will be cashless? Okay, everything will be on the phone, maybe I transfer, you know. But right now in the situation where we are, okay, there is no cash, but there's a big problem in the network of the banks. There's a big problem in the POS. People pay. It doesn't enter directly. You'll have to wait. Someone made a payment 3 days ago. We didn't receive it yet. He has to go to his bank. It's a big problem, you know. No, cash is something important in life. There are some things you need to pay in cash. You cannot buy granite and transfer to the lady or to the man, you know.
That is making, because the transfer fee is increasing, is adding to the cost of a transaction.
Of course.
So how have you coped? How has businesses like yours coped? And I know you talk to a lot of other people who run different kind of. What have you been able to do to keep your shops open?
You know, we're trying to manage, and trying to manage is okay. You're at loss, but you're still standing.
For how long can you continue to do that? Is that sustainable?
That is a good question. Is that the period of time that you can continue? Because there are a lot of businesses that are maybe stronger than mine. They've closed because they are looking at the future. They can't continue with that. So we're trying to see for now the solution they're going to bring for us, the new government, to see how they will improve on it, so that businesses can continue. You know, so that they can try and make it easier for businesses to continue. We have investments. We have investors. Investors are scared now to put their money in. They are waiting to see where the country is going to. Okay, we can say that it's not only in Nigeria. In other countries, there's the same things going on. But we're the giant of Africa.
Interesting. So, coming directly from the mouth of people who are directly involved in driving jobs at the lowest level, how has this been for your staff? The number of people you employ, have you been able to sustain them within this period? Did you have to let them go? What kind of sacrifices did they have to endure?
You know, I can't tell you that I still have the same number as last year or the year before. No, I had to reduce. But we have a problem in Nigeria is that the staff, no matter how many years they work for you, there's a day they're gonna go. Okay, few of them, they had to leave, whereby, okay, I wasn't happy for them leaving. But the ones that are still available, well, I'm trying my best, to keep them with me so that we can cope with this period of time where as soon as we have solution to the business and everything, we can continue. But of course, we've reduced.
All right, so prior to the cash crunch, because the cash crunch is rather recent, what were the major challenges that you were facing as a business? You understand, prior to the cash crunch, that is.
Okay, we passed in a period of time where insecurity was all over. People were scared. Right in front of my eyes, I saw someone stealing a lady's bag and running away, and people were looking at him. Another day, I saw someone beating another guy for money, for 500 naira, which is nothing. You see people chasing each other for 500 naira just right in front of your eyes, and no one will interfere into that. No one will come in. And security is very important, especially what happened between Kaduna and Abuja, which we thank God, it passed. But security. And see, for the new government, I think they should concentrate well on security so that investors that are coming from outside the country, they can feel free to come and put their money in Nigeria.
Let's talk about small business in itself. There had been talked about how if we need to move at the pace that other countries had developed, then we must empower small businesses, whether it is by providing the infrastructures that are necessary for them to thrive, because they are the quickest employers of labor. Because if they're talking about 37 million of you, if they can do just one more person, we would have been talking about another 30 million people employed. You have played in this space all your life. What do you think, other than security, we need to fix to get people? Because even getting to register companies can be a lot of headache. What do we need to do, from your time in this space that we can use to encourage those who are already in and then open up the space for more people to come in?
There's a problem that, let's say, okay, I have this business, another person has like my business, but he doesn't want me to improve and I don't want him to improve. We need to be advising each other. That is the first thing. Second thing, they should give a chance. The way right now, you can go into Google Store, download an application, open a bank account right now. They should make it easy for people to pay their taxes. Apart from paying their taxes, okay, registering companies, but you have to give them all the information before you become registered. They should make it easier, because right now for you to register a company, you need to go from you to him, to him, to him. At the end of the day, you reach to the place where you're going to, which is you have to pay here, pay there, pay there, pay there. You're just paying. You'll see, okay, for the taxes, they will come. You have to pay this guy, pay the other one, pay this one. Then at the end of the day, you see yourself, okay, whoa, I've paid a lot. They should fix prices that are reasonable for the taxes, for everything. Reasonable in a way that, okay, let's say this is a small business. This small business can pay this amount, but not to come to this small business and make them pay just like the other big business. There's a difference.
All right, so generally now, with what you've just said, is it safe to assume that doing business in Nigeria is not easy? Because we talk about ease of doing business here and there.
Right now in the situation, it's not easy.
Okay.
Right now, it's it's for the strong. You know, the strong that can continue standing. But till when that strong person can continue standing, no one knows. I'm telling you, there are a lot of businesses that you will never think they will close up. You will never think, because money has been spent on them. Suddenly you see they shut down. Why? Business is going back. When I see such, you know, such things, they'll be like, okay, if they close, then what am I gonna do? I need to stay standing. So we have to manage this period of time. But I'm sure everything will be better soon. It's just the matter of this election period.
Okay.
So I'm sure you've been to other climes. Originally, you know, your parents came in from somewhere. What kind of lessons do you think we can borrow? Because it appears you are coming from a family of merchants who have been business people for centuries. You know, it's dating back several hundreds of years. What are those unique lessons we can learn to expand? Because what we need, we are churning out people that cannot all go into government jobs.
Of course.
You know, everybody needs to find something where we can add value to the society. What lessons are there for us to learn in replicating more successful small businesses?
You know, in this matter, I respect the Igbo people. Why?
By the way, he had mentioned to me that his name is Chinedu. Am I correct?
Yeah, right. You know, people in business, I really respect them because they work hand in hand. They work hand in hand. Like there was a joke that one day I heard. They were like, okay, there's an Igbo guy. A customer came in and he said he wants a Samsung TV. Why he doesn't have? He told him I have. And he made sure he went to get the TV. And how, in what way? He was like, let's go to our second shop. Whereby they went to the second shop. How far now? Where did you put the Samsung TVs? He was talking to the other guy like the shop is his own. He sold the TV and everything, and they work hand in hand. It's good to work hand in hand. I will improve, you will improve, and we'll be in another level. You know, so we need to work in that way. Working in that way, everyone will be happy. Not that, okay, because I have this business, you have another business, I will hate on you. No. Well, let's work hand in hand. When we work hand in hand, we'll improve, all of us.
We're talking about working hand in hand. Do you guys have like, is there like a platform whereby business owners such as yourself actually entrepreneurs sit down and deliberate and talk about issues?
You know, there's no platform, but we have, like me and a few of my friends, where we sit and we talk about business, how business is going, and what we need to do to improve on our businesses. So this is something that a lot of people should be doing. Not because I have a restaurant and you have a restaurant, we shouldn't be talking. No, we can talk. I can advise you, you can advise me. I can tell you maybe, oh, the other day I tasted something in your place where I felt, you know, don't hate on me. No, I'm advising you. And the same thing, you can advise me too.
So the name Alibaba, every time we hear it, we know what strikes our head. And now there is an Alibaba restaurant. Does it have anything to do with the global Alibaba chain?
We started in the year 2000. I was 10 years old. My father started the place and he was like, I'm going to call it Alibaba. You're Ali and I am Baba, so it's Alibaba. Okay. I was like, okay, but don't worry, if people ask about Alibaba and the 40 thieves, I have a good answer for that. My top selling dish is chicken, grilled chicken. So anytime they ask me, okay, Alibaba, where are the 40 thieves? I'll say, no, I have 40 chickens, not 40 thieves. So they'll be like, okay, so you don't have 40 thieves, you have 40 chickens? I was like, yeah, try the chicken, you know.
All right, so we would take a short break at this point. You don't want to go away. When we return, Ali will be discussing several other things, including how he is perceived, whether as an imported business or one that started bottom up from Nigeria. You can be sure he's very, very Nigerian, but we would get all of that perspective from him. Please stay with us.
That's great. It's good to see you.
Welcome back. It's still Trust TV's Daybreak right here, and of course we're talking business and how easy it is to do business in Nigeria, and of course the current challenges with the cash crunch and every other thing in between. We're talking to Ali Ahmed Arzouni. He is the CEO of the popular Alibaba restaurant. And during the break, we were actually discussing and we were talking about how you're actually perceived. You're born and brought up in Nigeria. And definitely with the way you look, people will ascribe certain perceptions, yeah, exactly, about you and you. Have you seen is there any stigma directed towards you because of that?
Well, you know something, in the whole world, there's this, you know, I don't know, like, okay, they differentiate in the race and the color, whereby I was born and brought up in a country where, okay, up till today, there are some people, few people, they will let you feel like you're not from them. A lot of people, I'll hear words from here, words from there, you know, like someone saying Hausa, Kinga Baturin, you know, or you pass by Onyocha, you know, I'll be like, come on guys, we're all human beings, we shouldn't differentiate, we're the same. And especially when you answer them in their language, that is where they were like, okay, this guy, this guy, like a lot of people, I'll be like, come on guys, it's bleaching, I bleached. I'm a full Nigerian, come on.
Interesting.
Yeah, but has that affected you in a business sense?
No, at all.
Okay.
You know, the name has been there since the year 2000. You're talking of 23 years now. We have a lot of, I can't say customers, I can say family. Okay. Because whoever comes to my place, he comes to rest. You know, like they feel at home. It's, you know, home away from home. And they have everything. You know, they come, they eat, have good time, and they go back at the end of the day to their home. Because most people, let's say, they stay alone here, especially in Abuja. Okay. So when they want to go back home to cook, and then they're tired from work, so they come, their food is ready, they have a good time, then they go back home. And I have, you know, like, why I said family, because most of them are always available, always, every day. I have people that every day I see them.
Is that how, what is that lesson we need to learn from the Lebanese community? Because you talked about family. I see that a lot in Kano. Yeah. Everybody is in the business. Everybody has got their brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers. It's sort of, everybody sort of emancipate themselves. And when you talk to them, they will tell you it dates back to their grandparents. How do you succeed in entrenching that culture? Because we've tried it here, but children come up and they are not interested in the family business at all. They want to do their own thing. What is it you do that sort of get everybody in the family interested in the family business and keeps it running for generations?
You know, when you're away from home, okay, here's also home. But when you're away, there's a lesson that you always learn. Okay, when I grow up, if I go into my dad's business, I can do other things on my own also. But it's a lesson that, because in Lebanon is a small country. Kaduna is bigger than Lebanon 4 times. See how Lebanon is small. We know what's going on there. Similar problems are here in Nigeria, but still in Nigeria. See, Nigeria is a blessing. It's a blessing. Why? My dad told me once, listen, Nigeria, if you dig and you you plant iron, it will give you a tree. Because God has blessed this land, you know. So when you grow up, you see, okay, the way your dad has been working to make you who you are now. You like also to be like him. This is in most Lebanese. You know, that's why they call us the Igbos of Middle East.
Interesting. Listening to you and looking at what this country is dealing with, if you look at the last 6, 8, or even more years, we have seen people who have failed to see the opportunities in this country. You know about the jackpot syndrome, of course. You're discussing with one man eating chicken in a restaurant today, and the next day, when you talk to him, he's responding from London or he's responding from the US, and all of that. Why is it difficult for Nigerians to also recognize opportunities the way it is easy for the Indians, the Lebanese, by extraction, because most of them are now Nigerians, by the way. Why is it difficult for our people to see opportunities in this country the way because they go outside and do the same thing they ought to have done at home and probably succeed?
Of course. You know, a lot of people, they don't believe in this country, even though they are from this country. Why? Because they see, okay, if I go now to London, okay, they'll say, he went to London. Why? Why don't we make Abuja London? Or Kaduna London? You know? Sorry, I'm calling Kaduna London. Kaduna is a place in my heart. So I used to ask a lot of people, okay, why do you send your children to study outside? While we have universities in Nigeria. They don't have an answer. They don't have an answer. Why do you invest your money outside the country whereby you can do something very nice in this country? They can't answer you. But you know, it's to show off. I have investments here, I have investments there. You know? See, a good friend of mine, Obi Kubana, I respect him a lot. You know why? This is someone that empowers the youth. And all his businesses are inside the country. All his businesses. He had the opportunity to open a lot of businesses outside the country. But no, he is someone that likes his country. You know, that's a very good symbol of a Nigerian. He has. I know a lot of opportunities he got to invest outside the country, and he said no. And once we sat down, and he said it. He said, I want to make something for this country. We have a lot that you know, that are going to come into this country. This country is a blessed country. Trust me. Well, let's work hand in hand in it.
All right. Well, talking about blessings and opportunities and the rest of it. So apart from the restaurant business, are you into other things as well?
Well, I'm into Bitcoin mining.
Okay.
Yeah. This is something that a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people, if you talk to them about it, they'll be like, what is it? They're scared about it. But you know, it's something that you follow the Bitcoin. When it's going up, you're getting good, you know, profit. When it's going down, you have to manage. But the way it goes up and down, it's short time, you know.
Well, but that's that's the thing now. So let's look at every business comes with an element of risk.
Yeah, of course,
attached to it. So now you have a restaurant on one hand and you're mining Bitcoin on the other. How's the risk factor when you balance the two together?
You know, like okay, the mining covers the other side.
Okay.
For now.
Okay.
In what way? That right now, okay, let's say Bitcoin is high, while because of the business is slow in the restaurant, so I try to cover the other side. But the restaurant cannot cover the mining.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the mining source of props up the restaurant right now,
yeah.
as it is now.
You know, because you need something to support for you to stay standing.
So do you encourage other business owners to actually do something like that? I mean,
well, yeah, they should have a second business that can support their first business, so that they can stay standing. But it's just a short period of time. I'm sure about that.
So, If the president-elect is listening to you as a major player in the SME sector, what are those things that worry you so much that you want to see fixed so that people in businesses can move quickly, employ more people, and do their business unhindered?
You know, as I told you, first of all, security. If I was for one day a president, I will come with a target, one target. I won't take more than that. I will work on it for the 4 or 5 years. Then I'll say I succeeded in working on this target. See, I'm sure they cannot work on everything together, but they should put a target to work on. When they work on it, it's easier. They should give chance to investors coming from outside the country. Listen to them. Not only concentrate on one side. No, there are a lot of people that can come and invest in this country. They are investing. They are bringing more employment opportunities for Nigerians. Okay, they are gonna get. Okay, they will profit from it. But also the government is profiting from it.
Are you talking to any of such investors? What areas do you think they are generally interested in when it comes to investing in Nigeria?
You know, I talk to a lot of investors, but right now they're scared because of the, elections. They're waiting for the elections period to pass. Most of them, they're, let's say, NNPC side, whereby they want diesel, they want fuel.
Basically oil and gas.
Yeah, oil and gas, basically.
Are there no other areas that are interesting them? Because, there are quite a number of things we can do in country, areas that appears like we have not completely explored. But when we see new investments, if they are not interested in oil and gas, we see them go to hoteling.
Hospitality, yes.
Hospitality. Are there no other areas where we can, for instance, you drive from here to Benue and you see it's mango season now. You see it littering everywhere.
Yeah.
But when you step out of this country, you see freshly packaged juice around. Look, it doesn't have to be a big country. Like you said, Kaduna is bigger than Lebanon. Who said you cannot set up and just serve the Kaduna market?
Of course.
In other places it is eggs that we are not getting enough. We were talking about the last time, the statistics that were saying at least every child deserves one egg in a day, or a glass of milk in a day to improve brain power, bone capacity, and all. These are all business opportunities. Why are we finding it difficult to? Dangote was saying the other time you need less than 250,000 cars to provide the milk that we need as a country. But yet, milk is one big thing we keep importing. What's the problem really?
You know, right now the way people think is that if they go into farming or breeding, they are not going to get the profit they are thinking of. Because they think in a way, okay, if I invest this amount you invest in, if you invest it here, it's going to bring for you profit. But if you invest this same amount 10 times, you're going to get 10 times the profit. People don't think of it that way. People think of it, we have a problem right now is that no one thinks of long period profit. No. They want the profit now and they continue. They don't have any problem if after 2 days or 3 days they don't have food. But finish, they want their profit now. Long term, the government from one side is trying, and the people should also try. They should try in a way, okay, when you invest, give it time. Give it time. Go for a long time investment, whereby every month you have, like a profit that's coming in. But don't be greedy and say, no, I want just this one right now, and later on I'll see what I can do.
Interesting. We have been talking with the CEO of AAA Investment. Interesting combinations there, and also the CEO of the Alibaba restaurant. He tells us that that will be expanding to other cities soon, as soon as things settle. It's been wonderful talking to you, Ali.
Thank you very
Ali
much.
and Baba. Even though Baba had moved on, Ali is still here. And we wish you all the best. And all
Thank
of us
you
are
very
looking
much.
forward to that time when everything will be settled.
Sure.
And myself and Ibrahim can perhaps stop over for a stick.
Yes.
You need to.
And de-stress.
Exactly. And decompress a
And
little bit.
decompress. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for showing up at such
Thank you
short
very
notice.
much for you guys.
And I hope when things speak, we'll come back again and discuss more on what we can do to improve small businesses.
Sure, anytime.
Well done. It's been a wonderful conversation here with our friend in the studio who has given us perspective, whether it is in the areas of opportunities or the difficulties that small business are enduring. I hope you have learned one or two lessons. And those of you who are tinkering with the ideas of going into business, I hope he has inspired you enough to make that bold step rather than thinking of jackpotting. At the end of the day, if all of us jackpot, then there will be no Nigeria to return to. Thank you very much for allowing us free access into your living room, and I hope we have provided you some entertainment. I am Sunday Michael Ogu. Let's do this again tomorrow.
All right, it's been a fun ride on Trust TV's Daybreak this morning. Just like he said, why don't we do it all again tomorrow? I am Ibrahim Yusuf.